Hi, my name is Marcus Bivines. I wanted to do a video response today to respond to the video I put out last week asking and inviting everyone to challenge me. As an attorney and as a consultant, I do business development for a host of people. And so I just invited everybody on Facebook to send me their crazy business idea and see if I could give them a business model. I've been so excited by the response. I've gotten several inbox messages and responded to most of them. However, I wanted to do a general response to just help everyone out and give you kind of an idea about what I do. So I want to talk to you about the 5 things you learned in 5th grade that can help you with your business idea. 5 things, 5th grade, your idea, right? Do you remember reading a passage or a story in 5th grade and you had to answer 5 questions at the end of it to try to make sure you comprehended what you read? Those questions were who, what, when, where, and how. Who, what, when, where, and how. Those 5 things, if you can answer those when it comes to your business idea, you'll be super far along. So let's go through them real quick to get some context about how to get your business idea off the ground. The first thing I want to consider, out of order, I know, but it's the what. What is your product or service? What makes what you do so amazing, right? A lot of times we start looking and thinking I have an idea, but we haven't really defined what it is I do, what it is my business is going to be, what it is my idea really is. So you really have to define that. And the more crystal clear and specific you can be with the what, the better your business planning will be going forward, because then you're able to make more clear budgets. You're able to do tell people what you do a lot better. So crystallize the what. The second thing I want to talk about is the who, right? When it comes to starting a business, we have lots of ideas and we know that we want to do these things. I remember being in Oklahoma in 2009, 2010. There were crazy ice storms. Those ice storms messed up the roads for days. People couldn't drive. And this idea came to me. Why don't we come up with this chemical polymer that we could spray on the ground? It would de-ice the roads. We wouldn't have to sand and gravel. Well, that's a great idea. Who wouldn't want to sell that to a city or a state so that they can have that? However, I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a scientist. I'm not a chemist that can develop that polymer. I'm not an engineer that learns how to deploy that polymer. I don't have any of the skills to really go with that idea. So my who was too big on that idea. Whenever your idea encompasses a whole bunch of other people with a whole bunch of knowledge that you really don't have, you really probably want to redefine what it is that you want to do. And that idea just may not be for you. So make sure your who is really specific and really small. If it takes more than you and maybe another person or another company, then you probably want to redefine what it is that you want to do. The third thing you want to think about is the how. How much does it cost and how do I get it to market? The how much does it cost is a real good question to ask, because you have to understand your budget. You have to understand how much is it going to cost you, because you never want to produce a product or a service that costs you more to produce than you can make by selling it. So you have to be really clear and really define in all of your costs. If you're going to be a baker, you need to know how much your flour and ingredients are going to cost. You have to know how much you have to buy to get that cost. You have to know how much your utensils are going to cost, your facilities, all of those things. So really ask that how much question concerning the cost and really get a good budget. The third thing, or the second part of how, is how am I going to get it out there? How am I going to market it? How am I going to promote it? Those things are also a part of the cost, right? A lot of people consider that they'll have to pay to produce the service, but what they don't really understand is the promotion that comes along with that product. You really have to let people know that you're out there. It does you no good if you're the best chef and you're the best hamburger maker if no one knows how to get to your restaurant, right? So you have to promote it. You have to know that cost in your how as well. The fourth thing you want to consider is the when. The when is a great question, because a lot of times when we think about businesses and we think about where you see these companies and small businesses or Fortune 500 companies, one thing you have to remember is that Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither were those companies. So you shouldn't expect yourself to have everything all up front, all right now. You have to give yourself time. Most of us have jobs, have kids, have other responsibilities that we have to take care of. And so don't be afraid or don't beat yourself up because you don't have time to just throw everything on it. The thing that you have control over your schedule. So what you can do is try to invest time every week, every other day, whatever your time module is, but just try to get some investment. Even if that's just 1 hour on Saturdays from 10 to 11 a.m., I'm going to work on my business. Just be consistent with it and do that, right? Whatever it takes, just continue to be consistent and put time into your business and invest in your business. The final thing is the where, which is a great question in today's day and age, because a lot of times when we initially thought about ideas or businesses or services, we constantly thought brick and mortar. You got to have a physical place, you got to have lease space out or buy some place to have your business or service. Well, today, man, with the internet and with mail order and with the mobility of the people and the mobility of equipment, you can have things that aren't just one place or one stationary area. So it's great to consider the where question and understand how and where you're going to utilize your product or service inside the greater market. What are you going to do and where are you going to do it? And there's so many possibilities to doing that. So don't be afraid to explore having a smaller space, or maybe just because you're selling something that physically somebody has to come get, you may not need a whole space, or maybe you can have a trailer and take it to the people. There's tons of ideas that we can come up with to help you get your where together. So those 5 things that you learned in 5th grade that can really help you when it comes to your business. You have the who, what, when, where, and how. And I want to sneak one more in on you real quick. It's a why. Why is really not in those, but it underlies all of them. And the reason I say the why is so important and it underlies everything, it gives context. Why do you want to do this business? Why is no one else doing this business? Why do I spend time? Is this my passion? Is this what I love? Do I just want to make a whole lot of money real quick? And let me just tell you, you won't make a whole lot of money real quick. You may make a whole lot of money, but it'll take time. And your idea is great. Or do I just have passion for people and I want to see this service out there? And if I could just make enough to cover what it cost me to produce it, is that good enough? Understanding your why will really give context and color the rest of your discussion about your business idea. So I hope that's been helpful, again, with the 5 things you learned in 5th grade that can help you with your business. Again, my name is Marcus Bivines, and I'm so excited to help you. Look me up, give me a call. I'd love to talk to you. Have a great day.